And we're going to use this 9 o'clock Zoom for mostly for the opportunity presentation, and a lot of you join every week and hear the same things over and over again. But it is not the same thing. Different presenters have different view as how they look at this business. So, some people like a certain way, some people don't. So it's important that you hear everybody, and also the people who are becoming leaders. You want to listen to the speaker as if you are presenting. So if I'm out there, how would I present? Okay, Chuck's saying this. What do I need to do? What is my style? That will also make the presentation more meaningful. Chuck's one of the best presenter I've ever heard. And without further ado, here we go. Mr. Williams, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Kwangsoo. And I'll tell you, you're going to recognize a lot of these slides because I was on one of your presentations about 5-6 weeks ago, and I was just absolutely blown away with the thoroughness of your slides and the way you present it. So it's going to look very similar, obviously, with my personality, but I use a lot of your slides. You do a great job, and I'm just ecstatic about being on your team and what the future holds over the next 18 months. In fact, I was on a morning call this week with Herb Cepeda. I think it was Friday, on the compensation call, and he said, mark today's calendar down. In fact, if you're recording today, archive today's recording, because I want you to look back 18 months from now and watch what happens to this company. And Kwangsoo, I know a lot of what he and others are thinking about this company just results in some of the great people are being brought to this company, and you're included in that. So just glad to be on the team with you. I see Michael, my enroller, my mentor, on here with us today. So I'm really excited to share these things with you. I am passionate about ISAGENIX, what it's doing for my life, my body, my family, and my friends. Herb Cepeda was here a couple months ago, 3 months ago, and we were driving the car from the hotel to the venue where he was going to be speaking. And he was asking me about the team and the different transformations. And back at that time, most of the transformations were physical, body. Now we're having some incredible income transformations. But back then it was mostly the product experience. And story after story after story I'm sharing with him. And he could just see my excitement. He just kind of smiled. And he said, Chuck, I've been doing this for over 9 years, and it never gets old. And that's what's exciting about ISAGENIX. We are literally transforming lives. Now, every time you do a presentation, you always want to read this disclaimer. One of the things we pride ourselves in is being compliant and also building a company that's built to last. We don't want this to be here for a year or two and we all make a lot of money and bam, it's gone. No, we want this to be here for our children and even our grandchildren. So with that, the statements in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. ISAGENIX products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results not typical. Weight loss, muscle gain, lifestyle, and other results depicted in this presentation reflect exceptional experiences of ISAGENIX customers and should not be construed as typical or average. Results vary with individual effort, body composition, eating patterns, time, and other factors, such as genetic and physical makeup, psychological makeup. In a study performed in 2012 by the University of Illinois at Chicago, researchers, subjects lost an average of 9 pounds after 30 days on the ISAGENIX system. The subject also had a greater level of adherence and had more consistent weight loss from week to week compared to subjects on a traditional diet. I was just reading the Starting Right Guide today. Of that 9 pounds, 2 of those pounds are attributed directly to visceral fat. If you know what that means, we're going to talk about that a little bit in a minute, but that's the very unhealthy fat that gets around your organs, and ISAGENIX helps get rid of that fat. Now, we're also going to talk a little bit towards the end of our presentation about income, so I want to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there now. The ability to earn income on an ISAGENIX team compensation plan depends on many factors, including an individual associate's business, social, and sales skills, personal ambition and activity, availability of time and financial resources, and access to a large network of family, friends, and business contacts. ISAGENIX cannot and does not guarantee any particular level of earnings. Even associates who dedicate a significant amount of time, effort, and personal funds may not achieve a meaningful level of success. For average earnings, please refer to the ISAGENIX earnings disclosure statement at isagenixearnings.com. Now, I believe that the most important thing about a company is the leadership at the top, because you can have the greatest people in the field, but if you have rotten leadership at the top, that's eventually going to work its way down into the organization and the company, and that company won't last. So the people at the top are very, very important because they set the vision and they attract like-minded people. And that's exactly what's happened with John Anderson, Jim and Kathy Coover. Our vision as a company, set by them, is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. Now, when I first heard that, that was impressive enough because I was thinking, Amway, those types of companies, Herbalife. I was thinking Jim and Kathy Coover wanted to have the largest direct sales network marketing company in the world in the health and nutrition area. And that's huge. That's a big vision. But as I heard their vision and listened more carefully, that's not their vision. They are thinking way beyond that, and their vision is number one in the world, period. We're talking Johnson & Johnson. I can't remember if it was $70 or $80 million in sales last year, but that's our company's vision, is to be number one in the world. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the founders and Eric Coover in a little bit, but I just want to mention right now, the first time I met Eric Coover over in London, I was part of the pre-launch tour over there. And I got to meet him and I got to hear him from stage. And when he shared this screen right here, it's kind of like Kwangsoo was saying in the introduction, you want to listen with the intent to someday be given the presentation if you decide you want to do this business. And so I'm listening to him share the vision, and he added something to his parents' vision. He said, I don't want to just create the largest health and wellness company in the world. I want to create the most trusted and integrous health and wellness company in the world. And that comes through him. The integrity, the trustworthiness of our founders is just impeccable. Let's talk about some industry stats. In fact, I didn't prep him to do this, but Michael Wiedder, you're always on cue for stats. I love the way you analyze the markets and timing and positioning. Why don't you take just a minute now, if you would, sir? I appreciate you being on here for this presentation. From your perspective, and if I caught you in the middle of eating some breakfast, so I apologize because we didn't plan this, but I love your perspective on the timing and the industries we're in. Would you mind sharing this slide here, sir?
No, not at all, Chuck. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share. One of the things that I wanted to tell you guys too about that I love about before I get into a little bit about the timing and the trends and so forth is one of the things that I love about Isagenix is not only the ability to be able to change people's health and be able to and enable them to be able to live a healthy lifestyle and also be able to change their physical appearance. But I will just tell you just personally, I was just on vacation. I went on a cruise, and you guys know cruises are generally an eating extravaganza. I did not bring my shakes on the cruise. I went on the cruise. I fully enjoyed myself. I probably put on a good 5.5 pounds while on the cruise. One of the things I love about this company and about this product line is I still was able to come back from the cruise and literally within a week be able to drop the excess pounds that I put on and be able to do it just by utilizing the products. And so you can go in and so for me personally, I've never been able to do that before. Whenever I've gotten to a situation where I've gone and fully enjoyed myself and put on the weight, I've come back and struggled to be able to take it off. And this has been a great vehicle for me to be able to get back to where I wanted to be very quickly. One of the things that we looked at when we made a decision to go to work with Isagenix was really looking at from a business opportunity, not only what fields Isagenix was in and the different categories that they impacted, but also really from a business standpoint, really where they were at in the network marketing side and how they're impacting people's lives from a financial standpoint as well. When you look at the different categories they're in, weight loss, which is a $16 billion industry, energy, which is a $121 billion industry, the performance market, a $32 billion industry, healthy aging, which is a $91 billion industry, and the products and the science behind those products that the company has come out with to be able to make a difference and make an impact and build market share in those industries. Those were part of the reasons we made the decision to be able to get involved in Isagenix. From a network marketing standpoint, when you look at Isagenix, one of the decisions that we made, I'll just talk from a business standpoint, was here's a company that's done, probably will be close to $1 billion this year. They were close last year. We're hoping they get over the $1 billion sales this year. They've done it primarily with their business in North America. And when you look at, they're only in 13 countries, but when you look at network marketing around the world, and you look at the companies like the Herbalifes, the Amways, the Nu Skins, the Mary Kays, the companies that are doing multi-billion dollars a year in business, they're generally getting now at least 50% of their revenue and their income from Asia. So as we looked at Isagenix, we realized that here's a company that really has, and most of those other companies are in 50 plus countries around the world. So as we looked at Isagenix and we looked at the opportunity, we really firmly believe with a 15-year rock solid history, with the foundation that they've laid, with now they're looking more at international expansion. When you look at these different industries, or these different categories, and when you look at network marketing and what these multi-billion-dollar a year companies are doing, we really think that within the next, 3 to 5 years, this company will not only triple or double their revenue and go to $2 billion a year, but has a chance to be able to triple their revenue. And that's, that was really exciting to us. And the other thing that we looked at, and again, I know you mentioned the income disclaimer, but, here's a company that has already created, I think somewhere probably now about 260 millionaires. They have more people, they have, I believe, somewhere around 400 people or so that are making 6 figures plus a year. And when you look at the top earners in the network marketing industry, these guys have more $1 million a year earners than the Nu Skins, the Herbalifes, the Amways, all those companies that are doing, 4 to 10 times the revenue that they're doing. So we knew that the marketing plan also was second to none, and the compensation plan and those. So when you take all that together, when you take the categories, and we're just talking from a business standpoint, not really the products, which I know you'll get into more, but when you take the categories that and the size of those categories that the company has products in, when you take the fact that the company is really just starting their international expansion, when you take the fact that they've created more $1 million earners and more $1 million a year earners than pretty much most of the giant companies out there that are doing that much more volume. It became, from a business decision, it became a very easy business decision to basically get involved with Isagenix. And I will tell you this, guys, it's been the end of, really the beginning of February, the end of January that we got involved with the company. And there's not been one day that the decision to get involved with this company has been regretted. And the more that we delve in, the more that we get to experience really the culture and the products, the more convinced that we are that this is the best opportunity in the market. So appreciate the opportunity to share. Chuck, back to you.
Michael, I appreciate you coming on and sharing. And I know Kwangsoo and I feel the same way. I've not had a single day where I've regretted becoming a part of this team. And every time we look deeper, we find more things we like. And one of the things we like is the Isagenix promise. Again, I'm going to talk a little bit more about John Anderson, the founder, a little later slide, but it really is a no compromise products. And so when the formulators come to the company with a formula to meet a specific need, to create a solution, they pretty much have a guarantee that they're not going to dilute that product. They're not going to change stuff in the formulation to make it cheaper to make, to where they can make more profit. This is a no compromise guarantee. And it's very, very powerful when you get to people that really understand nutrition. We've got some former professional athletes in our team. We have a guy who's a expert when it comes to nutrition and health. He's been training professional athletes and people for 25 years. He's at the top of his game. And when he looks at the Isagenix price, he says, Chuck, there's nothing that even comes close. There is no competition with Isagenix products. They are in standalone category when it comes to quality and what they do and the overall effect they have on the body. You add that to the ongoing scientific support that Isagenix provides, and you've got some phenomenal products that allow a phenomenal opportunity. So what we basically are all about is solutions. And it's very, very important that you keep that in mind. We have solutions that transform lives. It's more than a slogan. I'm watching it take place in my own body, my wife's body. The people that get this product in their body responds, their body transforms. So we primarily got involved in the beginning because of the weight loss. Want to lose a few pounds? That's the product we attracted to. Now my wife and I can honestly tell you that all 5 of these categories are of importance to us. The energy, the older you get, the more important energy becomes. In fact, I was talking to a successful business owner just the other day. We were having coffee, and he actually became a Isagenix customer. He goes, Chuck, I would trade just about anything for a high energy day. That's what's important to me now. He goes, I've got all the money I need. He goes, what I want is high energy. By the time we were finished with that coffee, he was becoming a customer of Isagenix. Very, very pleased about that. Also, you've got performance. Again, when I got involved, performance was not important to me in my own mind. It really should have been, but it wasn't. I wasn't working out at the gym. I wasn't doing anything really athletically except occasionally playing racquetball. So performance wasn't a high thing on my radar. But the more involved I got, the better I started to feel, the more I wanted to start to perform better. And I see my friend Stan Jagow's joined us now, and he basically has he's the guy I was telling you about just a few minutes ago. Stan Jagow is the coach, the nutrition expert. And so he started to help put together a food plan and a workout plan. And now I'll tell you, I'm fired up about the performance products. What I've seen them do to my body is absolutely amazing. In fact, Michael and Pam and some others that know me, you're going to see a major transformation just from even in Vegas a couple months ago. So the performance is outstanding. I know when I used to start to work out years ago, I would have achiness and just feel horrible for weeks as your body starts to get used to breaking down those muscles and building them back up. With Isagenix, Diana and I look at you like, are you kidding me? Not at all. In fact, we can't wait to get back to the gym. It's absolutely amazing. So the performance is something I'm very, very excited about. And then the healthy aging. Again, the more I learn, the more I like. But Isagenix, and I need to ask Travis Garza or somebody why they don't promote this stronger, why you don't hear more about it. But the science behind our healthy aging products absolutely blows me away. You go back and watch some of the videos on the telomeres and what we have in our products. It's absolutely amazing. Then you go to a convention or something, you see these people, and they look so good. Their skin looks so good. They look so young. Again, you got to be careful what you say in a presentation, especially when you're recording, but there's something special about the healthy aging products that Isagenix offers. And then the wealth creation. And I don't mean that as by the way, to me, that was the driving force. I was looking for a way to provide for my family, to provide a legacy business. Been looking for that for 20 years in this industry. I found my home with Isagenix, and we happen to be on the #1 team in the entire company, Herb and Patty Cepeda. So all of us on this call right here, we're part of the #1 team. We've got the #1 couple. And what's cool about them is they're not all work, work, work. Half the time, they're on the lake, they're on the golf course, they're enjoying the rewards of freedom. And yet they have a burning desire within them to help us also achieve what they have achieved. And so they spend a great deal of time helping us and working with us. The fact that they make themselves available every morning, Monday through Friday, for a special call, and now on Monday nights and Wednesday nights, they do a product presentation on Monday night, an opportunity presentation on Wednesday night. We have the best of the best when it comes to sponsors, and just thank God for that. So don't take that lightly. We've got all 5 of these categories covered. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the product, but I am going to ask Stan Jagow to come on for just a few minutes. And Stan, I'm going to run through a bunch of slides here. If you could just kind of give us a quick tidbit on each one of these and why Isagenix is so special. Also, since we are recording this, just give a little bit about your background so people know who's sharing this with them right now. Stan, I know you weren't prepared, but you're always prepared to give a reason for the hope. So share with us, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. My name is Stan Jagow, and I appreciate you calling on me, Chuck, to share with this information. I've spent 25 years in the health and wellness industry working with professional athletes in the NHL, the NFL, and working with people like you and I, just trying to help us get and keep ourselves in good health. Not just actually, let's look at it like this. We're trying to now help people understand how mandatory supplementation is, because of the fields that we eat out of are completely depleted with minerals. So let's talk about the Isagenix shakes. The ISAGÈNIX shake has 24 grams of carbohydrates. It's got 24 grams of protein. It's phenomenal types of protein. See, not every protein, Chuck, is created equal. And a lot of it is because of the way that it's raised. It has to start someplace, and And where you're getting your whey proteins from, if you're getting them from the United States, they're not going to be as clean. There's issues with this protein. Isagenix is going to indigenous places around the globe, getting the best of the best for you and I. In this shakes, we have the undenatured whey that comes from New Zealand. Phenomenal, but the restrictions, the insecticides, pesticides, the phenomenal effect. Now, if people are lactose intolerant, that's a gluten issue, but that can actually be helped on a 90-day program with Isagenix. But in this ISALENE shake dairy-free will help people bridge the gap if they have issues with lactose, because it is non-dairy free. But it's also good for vegans and vegetarians. It gives them the protein, the carbs, the minerals, the vitamins, everything they need. Here's the cornerstone product right here that you see on your screen. This cornerstone product was how the company was actually developed, and I'm going to be talking about that shortly on the Healthy Happy Hour. But the Cleanse for Life is a phenomenal product in its ability to eradicate the toxicities and the free radicals in the body. Also helping the body to get rid of or melt away the different types of fat that are storing in the body. It's really interesting how the body works. It's very smart. It's very conservative in its process. It's never going to waste any energy. So if you're only giving it 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day, your body's actually storing that stuff into fat cells, and then it creates a toxicity. This is a phenomenal cleansing process. It doesn't work just in the liver or in the kidneys, Chuck. It ends up working in all hundreds of trillions of cells. Here's a phenomenal product. If there was 3 products that I would recommend to anyone that they would need to get onto from the very beginning, that would be the ISALENE Shake, the Cleanse for Life, and the Onyx Supreme. This is such a balancing process, and here's why. See, a lot of people think that this company was founded on one product. It really wasn't. It was founded on 5 cornerstone products and using all of them together. And women will understand this. Women that are listening to this, Chuck, will understand that when they buy makeup, they don't buy just a foundation and a highlighter. They have to buy the whole package in order to get the complete program. This is the same. Nutrition is phenomenal in this basis. Onyx Supreme is a phenomenal stress and antioxidant. The body needs this every day as an antioxidant to get rid of the free radicals. A friend of mine just sent me a thing the other day that if your car is enclosed and the temperature rises, the fumes that come from the plastic that's being used in the cars today, and when you turn the car on and you turn the air conditioning on, those fumes are actually coming in. Those toxicities are coming into your body, and they're at a 4,000 count level where your body is really only supposed to have about 20 to 80 count in a given day. Now, I can go into that in more detail another time, but Onyx Supreme, great antioxidant, gets rid of the junk. Here's this is our household favorite. We used to drink a lot of Folgers coffee or other types of coffee in Maxwell House. Now we've gone over to the Isagenix coffee. And here's why. Because it has a green tea extract and trace minerals. I constantly am talking about having the 90 nutrients in your system. You need to get these trace minerals into your body on a daily basis. And if you're not, you're missing the cofactor. So here's a great drink. You can put this into your shakes. You can drink it hot in the morning. In fact, that's what I'm drinking right here in my Christmas cup is the Isagenix coffee. Great tasting. It permeates the whole house, Chuck. We have a hard time keeping it in the pot. Here is the fan favorite for those that like to increase their energy levels in their body. This is a non-jitter, non-artificial, no artificial flavorings or sweeteners in this product. It doesn't give you the bang that a 5-hour energy does. However, here's the neat part, is that it's full of adaptogens, and what it does is it causes the body to reach an energy level and then maintains that for I'm finding anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. Can I maintain that type of focus and that type of energy without the jitters? People are really starting to fall in love with this product.
Hey, Stan, I got me a new customer just yesterday by giving one of these to my neighbor. They just had their 2nd child, and so sleep is a premium next door. And so I went over and gave him a couple of these. And so when he gets home from working his job, he took one, and last night. He was he's like, man, I got to have more of that. I'm like, I'll set you up. So it really does. It's an exciting product. We love it every day.
Yes, it's a great, actually, it's a great, here's what people are starting to use the eShot for, is when they get out of bed, they have their first cup of Isagenix coffee, and then they're taking a shot of the E+, and that actually gets them through all the way through the day to about 1 or 2. Then they take another one, and it's a healthy way. It's not the caffeine that's in there is about 50 to 60 milligrams, which is equal to 1 cup of coffee. So you're not getting that like a 5-hour blast where you're getting 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine in 20 minutes into your bloodstream. This is a very stable process. Okay, the Amped Power, phenomenal product for those that are nitrogen is a necessary process in your muscle when you're training. So if you are an athlete, or you know anybody that's an athlete, or let's just say your life is under stress, physical stress more so, let's say you're construction, or maybe you do heavy lifting throughout the day, what a great product. This doesn't have to be just for the gym, but understand that all of our Amped products are stamped and sealed with the Informed Sports seal. What does that mean? They've made it through the WADA, which is the Worldwide Anti-Doping Association, Chuck. That system, to be able to get through your products through that rigorous testing process, is very, very difficult. And for athletes to be able to use our products, we use them every day. We're spoiled. We get these phenomenal products every day. Here's your Isolene Pro Shake. This is the one that we use. Because we like a larger amount of protein. Now, if you're trying to lose weight faster, here's a little secret for you. Take the Isolene Pro first thing in the morning, because your body, when it gets all the protein in the morning, starts the metabolism process really fast. So I'm using this for people that want to increase their fat loss process first thing in the morning. Then they go to the Isolene shake in the afternoon, because it has higher levels of protein. Phenomenal product here. This is full of your branched chain amino acids. Now, you hear me talk about a lot of times, Chuck, about the 90 nutrients, being that you got to have the 60 minerals, the 16 vitamins, the 12 amino acids. This is not the same 12 amino acids. This is called branched chain aminos, which means that their molecules and they are connected better for the fact that they get into the muscle itself. So this is for before, during, and after while you're training, because it allows the muscle to get the amounts of aminos that they need for rebuilding process. So what does it trigger? Muscle protein synthesis, which it means that after you come, the body absorbs better and it strengthens the muscle at the same time for rebuilding. Here's why, if you're on that, Chuck, and you're on some of the other products, this is why that soreness has been eliminated while you're training. Because the nitric oxide and also the branched chain aminos are keeping the lactic acid out of your muscle. The lactic acid is what causes the soreness. This right here is the complete process when you need to hit something with a bigger hammer. You guys hear me talk about hitting things with a bigger hammer. You get your 90 nutrients, you get on that 30-day plan, you add this to your system, and this will eradicate things that will blow your mind. It's changing people's lives. Why? Because it gives you an extra dose of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. Now, if you're taking the shake, there's vitamins and minerals in there. If you're taking the Onyx Supreme, there's the antioxidants in there. Some people need to get this extra little hit into their body to eradicate that junk that they've been carrying. Here's what I tell everybody, Chuck. You got to give this system. This is a nutraceutical process. This is nutrition that has been medically put together through science and clinical testing, puts this process together. You need to understand that everyone that touches our program needs to understand that they have to be on it for at least 90 days. And then guess what? There will be life-changing effects take place. Here's another great product. This is the Isagenix. This is your telomere strengthening. If you don't know what you're looking at for the cellular construction of your DNA, on both ends of your DNA, it's kind of like a ladder that's been twisted. And on both ends, those prongs on each end can actually get weak and brittle. Then what happens when that starts getting brittle is your lifespan starts shortening, that it causes aging faster. So you want to slow down this aging process. Now, am I making a claim? No. I'm just saying that when you give your body the right nutrients, and this is one of those nutrients that your body needs to strengthen the telomere, which is the end of the DNA strands. Phenomenal product for its strengthening and fortifying. Here's a phenomenal thing that you need to understand, all of you that are listening. The real reason that we're here with Isagenix is the product, and the product works. If the product didn't work, we wouldn't be here. The compensation plan would be just a compensation plan. But here's why this is what's happening. Isagenix versus healthy heart diet in the University of Illinois in Chicago, the study was done. And it showed that Isagenix had 56% more weight loss than the healthy heart diet. It had 47% more fat loss, and it had twice as much visceral fat. Now, if you're not familiar with the healthy heart diet, I would recommend you go look it up. It's very clean. It's very balanced. And if people can't eat regular foods and get good results, this is a great indication why they must supplement. This is also a great reason why, if you're having trouble getting rid of some of that stubborn body fat, that you should be on the 30-day shake and cleanse program. Chuck, it's back to you. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to show that I'm not real passionate about this program.
Stan, thank you very much for jumping on like you did, impromptu like that. And for those of you that want more about nutrition and how Isagenix can impact that, Stan does a healthy happy hour every day, Monday through Saturday. So here in about 20 minutes or so, there'll be another one. If you go to the Facebook page, Isagenix for Life, that's Isagenix, the number 4 Life. You can like the page and join. Stan does a free workshop every day, Monday through Saturday, noon Central Time. So thank you, Stan. So like Stan was saying, this product is absolutely backed by science. We literally have 50 full-time scientists and technical staff with more than 200 years of experience. So Stan has 25 years of experience in this industry. He's not on staff. He's in the field like you and me. But he recognizes the fact that the companies invest in the technology. They are on the cutting edge. Today, the word intermittent fasting is kind of a buzzword in the industry. Isagenix has been teaching that for 9+ years. Protein pacing is now very, very popular. Isagenix has been doing that for a long, long time. So what Isagenix is working on today, 8-9 years from now, will be the buzzword, but we're going to be the first to get the experience of it because we've got the cutting edge scientists right on the project. Another thing I want to highly recommend, once you do get involved in Isagenix as a customer, go ahead and sign up for the IsaBody Challenge. The IsaBody Challenge is just a way for you to earn some free products first and foremost, but it's also a way to join a community of people that are serious about their health, encouraging one another, and help you take your health to the next level. This is a friend of ours that I met in March back in Charlotte, and basically Daniel was a runner-up in 2016. Daniel got a $10,000 check as the runner-up. The first place guy, Alfie, earned $25,000. So there's quite a bit of money in this contest, and anybody can win. This past year, a gal named Helen won and just transformed lives. Just amazing. And you never know by going through this challenge who you're going to impact. There was a guy on stage in Vegas just a couple months ago. He was in the final 15, the 15 finalist. He was 61 years old. And when I saw him up on stage, he's who inspired me to get serious about the IsaBody Challenge. And that's when I came back and I asked my good friend Stan to mentor me. And he's been giving me the food plan and the exercise program to compete effectively in this current IsaBody Challenge. So you never know who your efforts are going to in turn inspire and help transform their life. So I highly recommend you do it. I'm not going to talk a whole lot during these next pictures. I just want you to take a few minutes and look at some of these pictures of transformed lives using the Isagenix products. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So here we go. Up until that point, those were all corporate pictures. These are personal friends of mine. This is Gabriel over in London. And the picture on the far left and the one in the middle, that's a 30-day transformation right there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely amazing. The picture on the far right is a little longer than 30 days. But I just saw a picture of Gabriel and his wife, Miles, with Jim and Kathy Coover over in England. Jim and Kathy are over there working with the team over there. And you ought to see these two. They have totally transformed their bodies. Here's another friend of mine over in London, Joseph Font. His wife, Remy, used to tease him. If you notice the picture on the blue, she said, it looks like you got a Joey in there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, well, kangaroos, they call the baby kangaroo Joey. It looks like you've got a Joey in your belly. You need to let that Joey get out. And that was kind of her little joke. But then you look at this picture, and we went to England for the grand opening, and Joseph had been involved for about 3-4 weeks on the product at that time, and he really hadn't lost but a little bit of weight. And he was disappointed because he heard some of the other stories about, terrific weight loss. And I started asking him some questions, and well, it turned out he wasn't doing 2 shakes a day. He was doing 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 0. He wasn't cleansing for even a full day, much less 2, and he wasn't drinking a whole lot of water. I said, well, Joseph, if you'll do those 3 things really disciplined for a short period of time, you'll see it. It works. Everybody I've worked with, it works. And so literally we left London on like a Monday morning, and the picture in the red was like 3 days later. He literally just, bam, that belly was gone. He did a 2-day cleanse, and he got serious about doing the shakes. And because he'd been doing a little bit up to that, I think his body was ready. But about 4 or 5 days, he went from pretty much the picture on the left to the picture on the right. He even put a little word up there. Wow, honey, look, it works. He's talking to his wife, of course, not me. Now, this is another good friend of ours over in London, Letty, and her husband, Joel. Now, you can't see it in his body because of the suit he's wearing, but they both had amazing transformations. They got their product late May, and they had a big event coming up late June. So they had like 30 days, and they wanted to transform their life in a short period of time. So they got the product. They got really serious about it. And in 30 days, she literally went from that picture on the left to the picture on the right. Amazing transformations. And you ought to see the glow on their face. Absolutely amazing. There's another friend of mine, Mayette, over in London. Again, she is just ecstatic about the transformation in her body. And I'm telling you, I've had hundreds and hundreds of friends now in the short period of time we've been in this business experience phenomenal results. I mean, literally, we could go on and on and on. But we're not. We're going to shift gears right now, and we're going to wrap up pretty quickly with the compensation plan. Money and work are the primary stresses for 76% of people. I think that number is actually quite higher, but that's according to these statistics and that source. Our simple wealth generation program is very, very simple. It's you share, they share, repeat. That's it. I'm going to explain to you real quickly, but it's it. You share, they share, repeat. It starts with you, first of all, becoming a customer. In your back office, if you want to earn income instead of just vouchers, you have to go in your back office and become an associate. There's no cost to do that. I do want to recommend, though, if you're going to become an associate, highly consider becoming an international associate. And by that, in your back office on a place order, there's a place for international sponsorship. Go ahead and get signed up for international sponsorship, because even if you don't personally enroll somebody in an international market, if there's spillover on your team, or if one of the people on your team leads you to somebody in a foreign market, in order for you to get credit for that volume, you need to have an international sponsorship. So go in your back office under order products, and it says international sponsorship, I believe. Just click on that order. It's like $49 US, and that's an annual license to be able to do business internationally. What a deal that is. Okay, so you become a customer. Then you go in your back office, you watch a short compliance video, you fill out a short form. It takes literally less than 5 minutes, and you are then an associate. There's no extra charge for that. Again, I recommend you do become an international sponsor, which $49 annual. Then you share. Now, in this example, you share with 2 customers, one on the right, one on the left. And that is how the Cepedas teach us to do it. Help your new person, you become a consultant as fast as possible. One on the right, one on the left. In this example, both of your new customers bought a value pack. A value pack is about $559 US, and it includes all the products you need for the weight loss, the vitamins that Stan was talking about, the snacks. It's really a complete package. And if you really analyze all the different packages, it's the very best one for a new person to get started with if they're really serious about their health. If they're really serious about their business, there's actually a higher pack. It's called the Ultimate Pack. It's $1,095, and that includes enough for you really to have all the product you need, plus plenty to share, and a little bit of everything, all the different categories. That's a phenomenal pack. We've had that on our team also. If you're serious about the business, that's actually the #1 pack to come in with. And then there's also the weight loss system itself. It's a 30-day weight loss system. It's $271, and that is a good pack for a customer who just wants to come in and experience the weight loss. So those are the different packs. But in this example, both the customers bought the value pack, kind of the medium one, the best one, in my opinion. $80 commission. That's called a product introduction bonus. So as an associate, every new person that buys a pack from you, now they do it through corporate. You don't have to inventory the product or anything like that. They actually go online, they order it. You can help them if you want. They can call customer support, have them help them. But they get an account set up, they order what they want, and you, the first order, earn a product introduction bonus if they order a pack. This pack, the value pack, earns you an $80 product introduction bonus. We affectionately call it a PIB, the acronym for product introduction bonus. They start at $25 for the 30-day weight loss system, and they go up to, I think, about $150 for the ultimate. This pack, the value pack, is $80. Now, in this example, you would have sold 2 customers in the same week. The week starts Monday and goes all the way through Sunday midnight East Coast time. That's a calendar week for this company. If you make 2 sales during the same week, you get double product introduction bonus as long as those 2 customers get on the monthly auto replenishment. Now, I put all my new customers on the auto replenishment because they're going to need more product, and it just sets them up for success. They can always cancel that, change it, do whatever they want. They're not obligated, but you want to set every new person up with it. And it is one of the requirements for the double product introduction bonus. Now, with that being said, in this example, with you simply sharing with 2 people that buy the value pack, that's $80 once, $80 twice. But because of the same week, those double product introduction bonus, so that $160 becomes $320. You also earn a $50 rank advancement bonus. The first rank in our company is consultant. So if you're watching this and you're brand new or you've been in for a while and you're not a consultant yet, that's your first job, is become a consultant. Get with the person who invites you to watch this and say, hey, how do I become a consultant? If you're married, typically one of your first customers is going to be your spouse. And then the other one's going to be just a good buddy, a friend that wants to go through this and experience it with you. So instantly you become a consultant. Help your new people become a consultant right away. In this example, you would have just made $370. 2 value packs, and you became a consultant for the $50 rank advancement bonus. That's $370 commission just with you share. Now, the next part of the program is the base share. And this is where the leverage comes in. This is where some of these ridiculous incomes come in. It's the base share. You can only share so much. You're one person. But when your customers and your associates start sharing, that's when your team can experience multiplication. Now, in this example, both your customers became associates. Both them got 2 customers just like you. And in this example, let's just say they both sold value packs. Your 2 new people, your 2 associates, as they become a consultant, you earn a coaching bonus. So when you help someone become a consultant, they earn a $50 rank advancement bonus by becoming a consultant. You earn a $100 bonus by helping them become a consultant. That's absolutely amazing. And you get that not just once, not just twice, but the first 20 people on your team that you personally enroll to become a consultant, you earn $100 each. That's $2,000 just sitting there waiting for you to take it off the table. Very, very exciting. It's all about helping other people. Now, in this example, if you do this right here, you share, they share, in your first 60 days from the time you become an associate, you get a $250 Crystal Manager bonus. I know Stan Jagow earned one. I know I did. I'm not sure Kwangsoo did. Most people who are serious about this business, it's 60 days to earn a $250 Crystal Manager bonus. Now, if you've been in the business more than 60 days and you didn't earn that, don't worry. That's like, in the big scope of things, it's nothing. It's just a little token that the company gives you to help you along your way. There are other rank advancement bonuses. There's director, $750. We just had someone on our team, the Scotts down in Texas, on Stan Jagow team, become directors in their first 2 months, by the way. and they earn a $750 rank advancement bonus for becoming a director. Well, what's a director? That's the you share, they share, repeat. So they did a you share, they share. That made them a manager. And then they repeated that twice more for a total of 6 personal consultants. And as a director, they got the $750 rank advancement bonus. But now they're also in the director bonus pool, which I'm not going to go into detail now. But wow, when you get into the bonus pools, this company takes care of the leaders that are out there sharing it and teaching others how. So let's wrap up real quick with this. You share, they share, repeat. That's our compensation plan. And in this example, you share with 2. That makes you a consultant, $50. They both buy value packs. That earns you $320 if they did it in the same week, $160 if they did it in opposite, different weeks. So let's say they did it the same week. That's $370. Now you add the $200 in coaching bonuses. Remember, every time you help somebody become a consultant, you get a $100 coaching bonus. You add a $250 crystal manager bonus by get it done in 60 days. That's $820 in that example. And that doesn't even include the cycle bonuses. By having 3 people on the right and 3 people on the left with value packs, that's 2 cycles. That's another $100+. So there's a lot of money to be made with Isagenix, and it's all very simply you share, they share, repeat. So what I want to do at this time, for lack of time, is I want to wrap up our call with this. I want to encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to this call. Get back with them and let them know that you want to become a customer. Tell them what you want to achieve, what your problems are, what your goals are, and they will literally help you customize the right pack for you. They're not going to try to sell you the ultimate pack so they get a bigger commission. We're trained not to do that. We don't do that. We're going to look at your situation, and based on what you need, we're going to help you get the pack that's best for you. And I got to tell you, I erred the opposite way. Instead of trying to encourage people with the ultimate pack, I always encourage people to do the 30-day weight loss system. I just made the assumption that they'd want to come in at that lower pack. And it was just about a month ago, I had a guy who did his own research. He said, Chuck, you did me wrong. I'm like, what do you mean I did you wrong? He goes, you should have told me about the value pack. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, the value pack has everything you were recommending in it, but because it was a pack, I would have saved money and I got a blender by doing it that way. So when he signed his wife up, he got her the value pack. And ever since then, I've been really good about making sure people know about the different packs, the ultimate pack, the value pack, and the 30-day weight loss system. Let them choose what's best for them. And that's what we're going to do for you. So if you're a guest watching this, nobody's going to talk you into something you don't want. We're going to listen to you. We're going to identify your needs, and then we're going to show you what pack will best meet your needs and let you make the decision what's best for you. As I wrap up, I want to remind you of the vision of this company. It's to help people not only their health, but also their finances. And so we want to help you in both areas. And you can do that simply by letting your own body be transformed, and it's simply by sharing your experience with other people. People will want to do this business when they find out how it's transforming lives. Again, you got John Anderson on the left, the formulator. You got Jim and Kathy Coover on the right, the corporate and the field people right there. And then you got the future, Eric Coover, right there in the middle. He's the young man I talked about earlier that added a little bit to the vision of his parents. And he said, not only do we want to be the largest health and wellness company in the world, but we want to be the most trusted and integrous health and wellness company in the world. So with that, I want to wrap up and thank you for being here today. This is a phenomenal opportunity, whether you want to come in as just a customer, which we love our customers, or if you want to come in as an associate. You got to come in as a customer first and then upgrade to an associate. Again, there's no extra charge to do that. But get with a person, invite you. Let them know what you want. Ask your questions. We're here to help you succeed. God bless you. And Kwangsoo, thank you for this opportunity to share on your call today. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, Chuck. I really, really appreciate you coming on. What a great presentation. Thank you. And more I hear, more and more I do this, it's important that we understand the product and efficacy of the product. So I'm going on to next presentation at Facebook. So we will see you there. For those who are in the business,